Welcome to Misbehaving in Maine. I'm Dan Williams. This story is called Summer of the Flying Butts. And now, here goes everything. There's a deep river in Maine with cliffs on either side. Woods crowd the edges of the cliffs, and 100 million rope swings hang from the trees. These swings send you flying so high that when you land wrong, you get your very own deep river enema. Even when you land right, the water punches the seams of your bathing suit with over 1,000 newtons of impact force. However, you are young. You get over impacts fast and hurry back to flying. That's what my buddies and I did. But it didn't take us long to get over the rope swings, too, and start looking for more dangerous fun. We started jumping from the trees themselves. And though that was awesome, our minds were on the biggest tree of all, too big to put your arms around. A monster pine with a mad ladder of 2x4s granting you passage to the tippy top. The pine offered 2 branches for jumping. The fun branch and the branch of insanity. The fun one added 15 feet to a 20-foot cliff. The other branch was not fun. It added death to the cliff. And yet, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I watched friend after friend grow guts and jump from the fun branch. I watched no one climb to insanity. Since no one's going for it, I thought, I don't have to. But I knew better. If I didn't go for it that day, I wouldn't the next day either, or the next, the whole summer, my entire life. And the branch would be there through it all, reaching out over the water, offering some brave hero a boost into legend. The branch not taken. So when the sun was setting golden red, when the friends and I were about to leave the river to seek forgettable lives, I turned once more to the pine. I climbed. By the way, while climbing, I was in pain. I had just received my very own river enema. A clumsy jump from the fun branch had given it to me. I'd landed on the water like sitting on a chair. This jetted green river water all the way to my brain, clouding my judgment, but it was a friendly clouding. It helped me stay true to my scary goal. Up and up I climbed. My friends far below looked smaller and smaller, and yet I still wasn't to the first branch yet, the fun one. When I passed it by, I heard a friend say, "Holy crap, he's going for it." Fueled by words like those, I could have jumped from the top of God's head all the way to hell. As I climbed, I heard gasps beneath me, and definitely a snicker or two. But I understood. Nervousness mixed with profound respect often produces gasps and snickers. I stopped to rest. More snickering, laughter even. Clearly my friend's nervousness had turned to fear, which sometimes makes people laugh. I glanced down to the water. It didn't look like water from that height. It looked like green, unforgiving ground. My guts twisted. I wondered how long it would take my friends to forgive me if I turned back now. But they weren't the problem. I would never forgive. I climbed on. Finally, I reached the ladder's end. This wasn't far from the treetop, which swayed in the wind. I had arrived. The branch of insanity. On the brink of bad ideas, hesitation is your enemy. So I left the ladder immediately, groaning a little, left the safety of the pine proper, and walked out onto the narrow branch. I didn't feel the sway of the tree anymore. I felt the sway of the world, our crazy world on its sick spin through space and time. Up there, the blue sky was almost black. The stars were out. I stood in the dead center of the branch, so high above my friends, their sounds of fear and awe were gone. My guts tried strangling my heart, which fought back by swelling to the size of pregnancy. I could feel it kicking in my throat, my knees, even inside my eyes. It's now or never. I extended my arms to the sides. My body was the sign of the cross, a plea for resurrection should I die. I heard one loud laugh ages away, and then I stepped out into thin air. I fell. Down, down, down I fell, my body descending, my guts rising, constricting, my screaming heart headbutting at every hole I possessed, trying to birth itself from its stupid boy. I fell, streaking past the fun branch. I fell some more. I passed my whooping, hollering, laughing friends. Having fallen from the height of the freakish pine, all I had to do now was fall from the height of the cliff, which I'd done before, of course, though now I'd be doing it while traveling at the speed of terminal velocity. My feet glowed rash red with the heat of speed. Down, 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 wind roaring in my ears louder than my heart, my guts freezing, then thawing to freeze again, and then, I, a meat tube meteorite, struck the water. My form, thank God, was excellent. Feet first, legs straight, arms at my sides, and still I hit hard. My body cut a hole in the river, a tunnel that held its shape a long time, allowing the last of the sunlight to chase me into the deeps. Yes, I dug a well in the river and filled it with light. But it couldn't last. The water closed over me in a clap as big as thunder. My well had become a gun. It fired its sunlight out, but kept its casing, its boy. But not for long. I swam to the surface, my lungs screaming now, giving my heart a break. I tore through the surface, breathed, and thanked God for the food of air, the sunset on my face. Then I swam back to my friends. Their gasps and snickering and laughter were all out loud laughter now, and cheering. But still, that laughter, it made me wonder what the balls is so funny. My friends let me know immediately. Your butt, they said. Pardon? I said. My what? Your butt, your butt. We saw your butt. I looked down, then reached down into the water, and sure enough, the back of my bathing suit had grown a window. No, it was a cargo bay door. My cargo, my butt, was bare. From all the impacts over the long day of jumping, my short seams had weakened. Then, I guess, that bad landing, my colon-cleansing jump, had broken the seam's hold and unleashed my rear upon the world. Now I understood all that gasping and snickering, that laughter. While climbing, I had not been showing bravery to my buddies. I'd been showing them unfiltered butt. A glistening butt of youth bobbing its way up a tree, a sun-catching butt standing on a branch in the sky, a butt spreading its wings and flapping out into the starry arms of death. Speaking of death, that butt of mine is now 43 years old. It is a wiser butt, I hope. At the very least, it can afford stronger shorts. But even with bulletproof shorts, I don't think this butt will ever climb a pine to glory again. It doesn't need to. It carries forever the memory of the day it did climb, the day it flew. That day, my butt became more than the mere butt of Dan, a shapely butt, enchanting even, but mortal. It became the butt of Peter Pan, the butt of summer itself, the spirit of summer soaring into the wild light of a dying day. I wish the same for you, the many butts marching with me toward death, because first, before death, there is summer. Dearest butts, the birds are singing, the rivers are calling, and the pines are high. Climb. Let gasps and laughter be the wind to fill the billowing curvature of your dreams. Stand in the dead center of insanity, my darling butts, and leap. This has been Misbehaving in Maine. See you next time. And remember, you may be wicked, you may be weird, but you're not alone.